Hi guys, welcome back to the home and homestead. Today we'll be going over some gift ideas and some homemade or DIY gifts that you can make for your friends, family, or people you care about. These are wonderful options to consider during the holidays as well as any time of the year. These would make a nice gift basket, housewarming gift, or just because. So today we'll be making an item that you can both eat and or cook with. And last year I made some rosemary infused olive oil for some of my family members, and I gave that as a gift. And I thought this year garlic olive oil would be a nice option. So in order to create garlic infused olive oil, you undergo a process of cooking the garlic on a low heat over a long period of time, which ultimately creates a second item that you can freeze and eat and cook with called garlic confit. And the process of confit is actually cooking an item, meat, vegetable, fruit, what have you, on a low temperature over a long period of time. What happens to garlic is over time it becomes like a sweet caramelized roasted type of a flavor, and it's buttery soft. You can spread it on a crusty bread or add dollops of this to recipes, and it really is a delicious addition to have in your kitchen. The garlic confit, once it is finished cooking, I will separate the oil. That will become the garlic infused oil, and then the solid part of it, the actual slow cooked roasted garlic morsels, those I will put into small mason jars and I will freeze that. Once that is opened, then the jar of opened garlic confit lasts about a week or so. So it's something that you want to freeze and then use up fairly quickly once you do open that jar. So what I have here are a number of small bottles I purchased online. I can provide a link in the description box for you. So they're small glass bottles, and the bottles come with a black sleeve that you can heat up, and then that sleeve conforms to the bottle and it ends up with a really nice presentation for whatever your homemade oil or sauce or whatever you may be making is. So to get started, what you want to do is have some fresh garlic, and you want to separate and peel and prep the garlic cloves. So I have done that already. It's rather time consuming, so I did that ahead of time. So I have a bowl here of some prepped garlic cloves, and I have a large bottle of some organic extra virgin olive oil. You can use the oil of choice for this. I think that olive oil works very well. And then the garlic infused olive oil can be used for recipes, for marinades, just dipping bread in, and have on a bread, meat, and cheese tray, and also of course to give as a homemade gift. So let me get the Nesco roaster prepped here, and we'll get this garlic slow cooking with the olive oil in order to make our two gift items, garlic confit and garlic infused olive oil. Alright, so here we have a nice quality extra virgin olive oil. You want something that you would enjoy eating and you enjoy the flavor of. Pour this into the Nesco roaster here. I might just use the whole bottle. To that we're going to add our prepared garlic cloves. These are whole, fresh garlic cloves. Let me get you a little closer here. Okay, so as you can see, the olive oil completely covers the garlic cloves in here. They're completely submerged in the oil. And what that is going to do is the oil is going to slowly cook the garlic. It'll start to caramelize and roast and become a nice, soft, sweet, flavored garlic that can be spread much like butter. What we will do here is turn the roaster up to 250 degrees, and I'll keep checking it periodically and stirring, and I'll come back and show you some progress of how the confit is cooking. Once this is completed, the end result of the two products, the garlic confit as well as the garlic infused olive oil, these would be lovely gifts all year round. If you have a family member or friend that likes to grill or smoke meats, garlic infused oil would probably be a very appreciated gift for someone when you're going over to their house for a barbecue or get together. You can think outside the box a little bit for some of these gift ideas that I'll be going over with you over the next number of videos. Certainly during the holiday season, a homemade item that you took the time to work on and cook or create for somebody is a lovely sentiment during the holiday season as well as throughout the year. Alright, so let me get the lid onto the roaster oven and we'll let this cook. Okay, so the garlic confit has been cooking for about a half hour at 250 degrees, and then for another about a half hour at 200 degrees. And this is what it looks like. So I'm going to turn the roaster oven off now. It's a nice golden color to it, and most of the garlic, most if not all of the garlic cloves are floating now. And I took some out and I was able to press them, and they were very soft and a nice texture. So we'll let the garlic cloves and the oil cool in the roaster oven here, and then I'll get the oil and garlic cloves into their bottles and jars. Alright, so the garlic confit has been cooling in the roaster oven for about 10 minutes. So now I'm going to try to ladle some of the garlic infused oil off of the top and place them into these jars here. These are 5-ounce jars. You'll want to use a funnel, and I'm using one with a little strainer inside to catch any large bits of garlic and things like that. Okay. Put that little shaker back on there. I'm just going to set that off to the side. Move on to the next one. Just keep filling these up. I'll take that off for now until it cools a little bit, then I'll put everything back on. So this oil has a nice buttery and nutty scent and flavor to it. And the garlic has a sweet and caramelized but also nutty flavor to it as well. This set of bottles also came with some labels, and you're able to print on the computer what you want for the label. That's kind of nice too. Help make your gift look a little more professional and put together. Okay, so we have 6 jars of the garlic infused olive oil bottled there. Now I'm going to work on doing some of the garlic cloves for the garlic confit. This is a nice golden brown color to it, the garlic cloves, and they're nice and soft and tender. So I'm trying to strain away the oil and just get the garlic in. I'm going to fill it to about 1/2 inch to 1 inch head space, because this is going to be put into the freezer for storage, and then once I want to give it as a gift or to use, we'll be keeping some for ourselves as well, but when we want to use it, then I'll take it out and put it in the refrigerator, and that's where I will store this until it is all used once opened. But it will only last probably about a week once it's opened. So you'll want to try to have some recipes or plan ahead for what you want to use this for, because it is perishable. These are 4-ounce regular mouth canning jars here. I think it's a nice size for this type of a food item, as well as a nice size to give as a gift. You put this out with some crusty homemade bread, and it's be really tasty. Okay, so now for the lids when freezing. There's 2 styles. One is the ball leak-proof lids, kind of a gray color, as well as some white versions. They also have multicolored ones you can purchase online. I like the gray ones and the white ones personally. These lids are nice for use after you open something that you canned. Then you can use these in the refrigerator. They're also good for storing dry goods. Okay, so now what we'll do is just add a little more of the oil just to cover and be level with the top of the garlic. And this can be used for a lot of different things. You can use this, as I mentioned before, just spreading over a piece of bread. You can use this in pasta or to add to sauces. This really adds a nice rich roasted garlic flavor to whatever recipe you're making, or just the flavor is really concentrated and wonderful. There we go. So now let's just wipe the rims, more or less just so it's not messy. We're not going to be canning these. This is a freezer preservation for this food item. There we are. Okay, then we'll take, this is the headspace tool in the Ball Essentials kit, but on the other end is a air bubble removal tool. And you just kind of slide that in and around whatever you're placing into your jars. It helps to release any air bubbles that might be trapped. Since this is going to the freezer, you don't want a bunch of air trapped in here. Okay, so I'm gonna let these jars cool just a little bit longer, just as I fill the rest of these bottles with oil. Now I'll get their lids on and get them into the freezer. So let me grab a few more bottles. All right, so we were able to make 6 4-ounce jars of garlic confit, and we were able to make 9 5-ounce bottles of garlic infused olive oil. So now let's get all of their lids on. So these bottles came with a little shaking spout adapter. So I'll put that on first. Then they have twist-on caps. For the garlic confit, we'll put some freezer-safe lids on there. There we go. Now we'll get these sleeves on. So these little black sleeves go on, and they have a tab here, this little gold tab, so you can peel it, and then this black sleeve comes off, like you would, say, a bottle of wine or a fancy bottle of oil or vinegar or things like that. So now what you do, in order to get these to shrink down onto the bottle, you'll take a hair dryer, set on a high heat setting, and apply the warm air onto this, and it'll help shrink wrap it more or less onto the bottle. I was able to take my hair dryer and that shrank down these little sleeves to a nice tight fit against the bottle. I think this gives it a nice finish and touch to our homemade garlic infused olive oil that we made together today. So now we have garlic confit and garlic infused olive oil that we can give as gifts as well as enjoy ourselves. Continue watching to see more ideas on other items that you can make homemade and give as gifts all year round. And as we enter into the holiday season, keep these in mind, because these are great items that you can add to gift baskets or to give your friends, family, or people that you care about. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. See you next time. Take care.